believe it's part 5. First, it started out as 8 tapes, then it went to 10, and now it's even more than that. But it's a shame I've got to do any of these at all. But the voices you hear that I'm going to play and talk about, the male, his name is Scott Winslow Albert, supposedly this great, wonderful veteran, been in security 20-some years, just all kinds of crap. But he's nothing but a liar. And if you go through all these series, you'll find out that I have proven my case, that he has just spent years trying to take me and my mission down. And he's teamed up with Steve Sprague and whatnot. And like I say, all you got to do is please go back and just they're not in any certain order. Watch them. And then ask yourself, why in the hell have I been tortured over 4 years by these people and no one law enforcement whatsoever has done nothing?
Yeah, Rhonda, he is, he is, I know he is.
Now he's referring to Rhonda, the lady on the phone that you don't hear. Her name is Rhonda. She lives in Topeka, Kansas. These calls that all led up to this is how they tricked her into thinking I was such a bad guy, that I beat my dog and all kinds of stuff. So she joined their group, give them a bunch of false information that they twisted and turned around, not her. And then that's how they was able to do this to me. Now, when she found out the truth, she started sending, she quit their group. They started making fun of her and stuff. She sent me all this evidence to prove everything I've said from day one is absolutely true.
We all know he is. So I apologize. I really haven't had a chance to explain some things to you, and I've realized that if I'm on my phone like I am now, I have a 30-minute limit on the message. If I go home and get on my big computer, put my headset on, where I can sit there and have the big screen, I can only send you a 30-second message, and then it stopped. I don't know why. I should be able to do better on a PC than a phone. But anyways, so I'm sorry to hear about court. That's not the way I thought it was going to go for you. Steve and I both thought it was going to be a slam dunk for you, and it should have been.
Now, that reference, sorry about court, I just got an email from her today about that, and I can post it if people need to see it. It says that she was trying to take out a personal protection order against me. And I guess it was denied or whatnot. The sheriffs weren't able to serve me. He says they were. That didn't happen. But the funny thing is, the week before, I went to 2 different judges asking for a protection order against her. They didn't send the sheriff out to serve her. Nobody even talked to me about it. I submitted a form, and then I got rejections back from both judges without talking to anyone. They threw it out. I wasn't allowed one. Now, for her to get the sheriff to serve me, which they tried to serve me, but I wasn't in the state. He even admits that. So they was going to, which I'm sorry I wasn't there, because it would have been really not funny, haha. But if she'd got a restraining order against me, because Scott Winslow Albert and these people had called down there, she admits all this, saying all types of crap about me. So the police department that wouldn't put my legal name on the police report and stuff, believed people from out of state and everything that I set this lady up. And she plainly admits that that's not true. She come to me.
I know you had your ducks in a row.
She didn't have ducks in a row, and she damn near took me out that day. She bumped me with her car. Watch the video. She backed out of space. There's no reason to come forward. There's a sidewalk. She should have just simply, after she backed up, turned just a little bit left and drove forward. No, she cuts back right and pulls in this parking space, and right as she bumps my legs, right before that, she slams on the brakes. There's a giant skid mark, and she did bump my legs. That's attempted, if nothing else. But to this day, she's faced no charges, no nothing. The police don't even believe it happened. And there's plenty of video. And now she's admitting to everything except bumping me with her car.
Wouldn't even question that. So, you know what? I think, honestly, they're watching. They know he's gone. They know he's left. They're watching him. You know they're watching him. They told...
Why would the police and all be watching me? Yeah, see, they didn't like me. They didn't like my name. And you can tell that from the video when I called for the police help and the cop made fun of my name and all. He's absolutely right. They was watching me and all. I sat 3 hours to attend a city hall meeting. As soon as I walked to go get a restroom break, 1 minute, and outside the door to look at my vehicle, another 2 minutes, I come back and the police downstairs said, oh, the meeting's over, you know. And I'm like, how could it be over? And I walked past him upstairs and he was still yapping. It's on video. And as soon as they see me walk on through to sit back down, he's blah, his last few sentences, we're going to close the meeting. And I said, yo, wait a minute, I want to speak. You know that. Oh, too late, we're closed. And it was all set up.
Told you they're watching him. They know he's gone and they don't want to mess with it no more. You know, they just want the man gone. He's created so much turmoil in that city. They want him gone.
How did I create any turmoil? I come there as I have many a times. You can see I've been there a half dozen times before. Never had any problem. Now, I had Crazy Mary that one time on private property. But we all know about Crazy Mary. But other than that, no, really no problems. I come there all the time. So how did I come there to town and create this problem? No, it didn't happen. If she didn't come to where I was set up to see people that day to bring me supposedly papers proving that I'd been arrested for child abuse and stuff, none of this would ever happen. None of it would ever happen. So how did I bring anything to their town? But thank God, this lady found out that they were doing nothing but lying and using her and come forward and has given me all this new information to share.
But that sucks on your end. So let me explain this. Here's what's going to happen.
What sucks on her end? Go look up the Bong Father and stuff. Now they're doing to her, this lady that they praise, they love. She gave them so much research. You're so wonderful. Now that she found the truth and says, look, I'm leaving this group. This ain't right. You're not doing things. Man, they made all kinds of videos about her, her daddy, and all kinds of stuff. Just the same exact things that they done to me.
Steve does his videos. I used to do videos too back when I was working with bands and stuff. Here's the deal. Me and Steve are going to do a series of videos where Steve's going to interview me. You get to see the...
Okay. Now you know why I'm doing these series of interviews and stuff with myself and their tapes. Because, see, they've been doing this to me and tormenting me for a good 4 years.
The real Woody LePage, live, in the flesh, and we're going to do a video. See, what happens is these people, they have no idea who I am until Jim showed that video of me standing on the sidewalk yelling. There's so much that he left out. And matter of fact, what he doesn't tell you is there's a second video that I took.
Okay, we've heard this over and over, a second video that he took. Where is this video? Why hasn't he shown it? They love to call me out. He's stuck on that I said he ruined the eBay auction and I waved papers and I had proof it was Woody da-da-da. That's totally made up. And the only reason he's upset about the auction that went south, it didn't work out like he wanted. The good Lord above intervened and I ended up getting the motorhome back. And no one except the man up above knew my family was going to lose our house within 2 months and that I would need this back. No one but the good Lord above knew that the guy I gave it to, a veteran, would give it back to me a couple months later. That's why he's so stuck on this and can't get this. He says he forgives everything, the fight before, everything except this. And there's a paper out there that nobody, and he even asked Rhonda to research it. And Rhonda can't find it because it never ever happened. Yes, I said eBay knows who done it, and eBay does. And eBay has the IP address. I never said they shared it with me or gave it to me. But if I could ever get the law enforcement involved, they can find out. And you'll find it probably come from Indiana and him or one of his friends' computers or phones or something. And no, it wouldn't be under Woody LePage. Everybody knows that's a fake name. You can't have a eBay account under a fake name, I don't think, unless you got a way to prove that's you. But I don't know. And nevertheless, I'm not mad at that at all. I'm glad that person ruined the auction because this wouldn't happen. And see, that's why it's so important for him to try and fake this page and all, because it tickles me and all my followers to death that the good Lord intervened and I got my home back. And, they try and say that all that was a scam and whatnot. But how in the world was it a scam? Go back. Everything is on Facebook. And see, that's what the Rhonda lady did. She finally, after seeing them using things and twisting things around that she sent them, she finally went back and did like I've been telling people all along. Go back and look. Go back and look. Go back and look. All the videos are there. None of this is true. None of it is true. And she finally went back and looked. And like I say, the only reason I have these recordings is because she was 1,000% lied to. They made her think that I abused my dog and that I was a woman abuser trying to get people fired and this, that, and the other. Once they come against her, they said that she tried to get the same woman fired. No, she didn't. She had called that boss and told him all kinds of BS about me because of their lies. Once she found out the truth, she called back to that owner to let him know the truth. Okay? Which, hey, she was just trying to correct something that she did wrong like she did me. But of course, the owner, store, the managers, nobody want to hear anything about the truth. And that's where we at on that.
It's 3 minutes longer than the video he took because we were outside when that argument started.
We were outside when that argument started. Watch the video. There's no one out there. He states in some of these messages, telling her, because he's hyping her up to get her on her side. Oh, Rhonda, yeah, he was outside the motorhome when I walked up. He didn't recognize me. I even took all my glasses, and I'm Woody the Page, or whatever he says. But he states that I literally shit my pants, run in the motorhome and lock the door. Okay, go watch the video. It's out there. None of that even happened. There's nobody there. That's why I'm inside the motorhome already, not outside. My main door's open. My screen door is shut. Shut. And you see a skinny, what acts like meth head approach my vehicle. Rah, 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 rah. Woody the Page, this town's mine. Everybody knows me. So I wasn't out on the sidewalk. I didn't run my vehicle, and I certainly didn't crap myself. Okay? And like I said, the screen door was closed. Well, why in that video, if I locked my door and all, why did you see me open the screen door? Whoa, what's going on? You know, blah, blah, blah. And then when I figured he was some meth head drug addict or whatever, yeah, I closed the screen door and put the latch on. What anybody would do. Now, evidently, somebody in the neighborhood heard him yelling and hollering and screaming at me and stuff, and they called the police because the police showed up. And they didn't do anything to me. Yeah, he's mad at two of the officers for, giving the fist bump instead of handshake. Because I've been to that town before him and everything. I've never done nothing wrong in that town. To them cops are nothing. The cop that he talked to, which is now a fireman, he brags, I didn't even get to say hi, bye, or anything to him. He talked to Woody, they said what they said, and he ran Woody off. The other two officers are like, yeah, well, we don't know what's going on, this, that, and the other. But I didn't do anything wrong. I didn't get a citation. I wasn't told to leave the area. Nothing. The only thing that happened was Woody LePage had to tuck his tail between his legs and walk down the street when the officer told him to go.
He had no idea. I was not going to try. He had no idea I would stand in front of him. As soon as I said that, he goes and did that. So, basically, here's the plan. Me and Steve are going to do an interview live.
Okay, where two or more are together and discuss stuff like, bringing my mission down, this, that, and the other, that is called a conspiracy. A conspiracy is against the law in the United States of America. Me and you, or me and whatever, two people or more, discuss going down here and robbing a bank, or discuss ruining a guy's life, or getting after his family or something. You're discussing illegal activity. And under federal law, where two or more people are doing that, it's called a conspiracy. Even if you don't commit the crime that you're talking about, you committed conspiracy. The trouble is getting the FBI off their ass and do any type of investigation. Now, one of these tapes, he said the FBI found him not guilty, that he did nothing wrong. Well, why the hell didn't they contact me? I am so tired of Greenburg, Indiana police and Topeka judges and stuff, and maybe the FBI. I don't think they ever contacted him. But every time I tried to contact them, they wouldn't talk to me. Is it because my name is 420 Jim? Are they right? I mean, I don't know. I've been begging for 4 years to get the FBI involved. If I was guilty in any way, shape, or form, why would I be begging for that? I just want the truth to come out.
And then I got to tell I tell my story, because there's a whole lot that's missing that he's not telling. And so the thing is he claims this all started with the eBay auction. I messed up his eBay auction.
I never claimed that whatsoever. From day one, I've claimed this all started when there was a guy that looked like a meth head outside of my motorhome, months before. He even admits in his stuff. Oh, I don't worry about the fight. He admits that he parked his truck down the road. He hid his keys underneath the wheel well. He called one of his friends and says, I'm going to go, talk whatever this guy. I might end up in jail if I do. Pick up my truck. So he planned all that, coming the RV and all. Where's this video? Where's this second person? He said we were outside there, they got 2 minutes more video. Where is this we? Where's this other person?
I didn't do that. That's why the cops didn't do nothing to me. They know I didn't do that. I have proof that I didn't do that, right? So here's the thing.
How do the cops know he didn't do nothing if a search warrant wasn't put out and them actually asked eBay, hey, whose IP address is this attached to? Could be his girlfriend, because he implicates his girlfriend and his girlfriend's daughter in all this now. So hopefully they get questioned too.
Jim wanted to flash $1,000 around. Well, Rhonda, I got $1,000. I got $1,000 right now. I got $1,000 in my pocket.
Oh, he better take 100 and some of that $1,000 and go pay for his suspended license ticket that he got. There's been a while he ain't paid that ticket and whatnot. This such a great guy was busted for driving on suspended license, and Rhonda sent me where, I don't know if it's paid yet now or not, but when she sent me the screenshot, he still hadn't paid that.
Pocket right now. And Steve and I are going to do a video.
Oh, but he's also said that no cop in Greenberg will look at him or nothing. They will not mess with him or nothing. I wonder who gave him that ticket for driving on a suspended. Maybe I should check that out and see which agency done that.
Probably a series of videos, because God, we could go on. We could talk about this for hours and days and weeks. We really could. So we're going to bring this up. Explain. This is how you explain that video that Jim showed, because he created a boogeyman with it. He used me to create a boogeyman.
Why in the world would I have to create a boogeyman about anything? If he hadn't been outside my motorhome yelling and hollering and screaming at me and sending me messages and make a couple phone calls to me, Bryson, the trucker, could have never pulled off what he did. And what he did was sneak in. Maybe after the first, second, third minute, I don't know. But it's all provable. Bryson, and he'll come forward to the law, he snuck in after that and pretended to be Woody. Even though he's going to tell me I'm not Woody, how am I supposed to believe that? Okay? And even if someone said, well, he told you. Hang on a minute. Later down the line, Bryson actually got balls and did a video and said, look, I'm the guy that's been teasing you as Scott Winslow Albert, blah, 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 blah. Okay? Woody, the real Woody, under his own admission, says that he knows, he didn't know Bryson, but he knew about him pretending to be him and all. As soon as he found out, soon as Bryson admitted to the world that it was him, why didn't he take that to the police department, his buddy mayor and stuff that he claims he has, and says, look, this guy was the one pretending to be me and everything. See, I told you it wasn't me, because it would prove that I was right.
Basically, here's the deal. I keep saying that, and then I get off on a tangent. My brain goes crazy when I get pissed about this stuff. My brain just goes nuts. It goes everywhere. Basically, call him out. Look, here's my side of the story, because that's the side you don't hear, and everybody else gets shut down. You've been blocked. Steve's been blocked. Bryce has been blocked. But you notice my name. There's nothing out there. You've never heard nothing from me. Nobody knows nothing about me until here recently. So
all that is somebody saying how smart they were to hide in the background, letting that trucker ruin it and whatnot. But the trucker tell you, if he's going to admit to something, he's going to admit to it all. He admitted to pretending to be the Officer Daniels guy, okay? Which I thought that was Woody. And I did, until Bryson said, no, that was me. And I believe Bryson. And I'm like, Bryson, You know, if you did all these, no, I'm not responsible for all of them. And I knew that, and he knows that, and Woody LePage knows that. But, you know, instead of me being in any of this, why in the world, if this guy is so great, and, you know, didn't hold these grudges from 8 years or whatever, why didn't he come forward to the police department and say, yo, man, this other guy, this trucker has been imitating to me, and he's the one that fooled Jim, and everybody'd be happy and all. Why? Because Jim Levin, Bill Levin, all them, he admits this in different conversations. They're all buddies. They're all their own clique, and they basically didn't like an outside marijuana advocate in their town getting attention.
So we're going to call him out. So I'm going to do my own $1,000 challenge. Got $1,000 for Jim to take back.
Okay. Now, he's got $1,000 for me to... listen to these tapes. The only thing he harps about, and at one time he even tells us, Rhonda, I don't care about the fight. I don't care about him and my wife. I don't care about this, that, and the other and whatnot. The only thing I care about is that paper from eBay and whatnot. Come on, man. This guy brags he run a security company for 27 years, which I can prove that a lie to. Yeah, he can't even find the paper. Why? Because it don't exist. He even begs Rhonda, which she admits, and she couldn't find that paper, that tape, nowhere. It don't exist.
Call him out. So I'm going to do my own $1,000 challenge. Got $1,000 for Jim to take that piece of paper that he claims eBay sent him with my name and my IP address on it. And he needs to submit it to the Greensburg police.
I dare him to show in any video where I said that eBay sent me a paper giving his name and all. Did you hear that? He said that I claim that eBay sent me a paper with his name on it and all. Let him show any of that. And eBay, I tell you, eBay don't do that. Everything's done online. They would send me a email message or something. And had they sent me an email message saying who it was, he knows damn well I would have plastered it all over the internet, whether it said Scott Winslow, Albert, Woody, or what. Everything I put on the internet, I'm pretty good about that.
Police department for wire fraud charges, because if I mess with an eBay auction, then that's wire fraud. So.
Oh, now see, I didn't even think about that. I thank the good Lord for intervening with that auction and me getting the cannabis back. I didn't even think about wire fraud. My thought at that time, anybody can tell you, go back and watch the videos, was he pretended to be a law enforcement officer, Oscar Daniels. Come to find out, he didn't do that. But why is he so bent on this eBay auction and that he did not do that? Because I'm sitting right here in this cannabis, the one thing that they tried their best to take away from me. He didn't know, I didn't know, nobody knew. My family was going to be thrown out a couple months after I gave it away. That I would ever get it back. I didn't know that. Tom, the guy that gave it back, none of us knew that. It was divine intervention. But, okay, hang on now. Your next tape, the next one coming up, you're going to hear this same guy tell you he don't pray, but if you're at your house and pray, he will respect that. But he don't pray and he don't believe in Jesus. Well, for those that don't know me, I believe wholeheartedly in Jesus. He is my Lord and Savior, and he has brought me to the Father, and he reminds me I must keep the Father's 10 commandments. Jesus saved a lot of things when he paid for our sins, but we still must follow the 10 commandments. That's according to Jesus. Okay? The big one there in the 10 commandments, I shall not bear false witness. So, take it from all these videos, or all these calls, and the statement that they just fake pray, they don't believe in Jesus and stuff. And then you come to a guy like me that does, and, I won't swear on nothing because we're not supposed to swear, but I was baptized last year. I wholeheartedly plan on serving the Lord and going to heaven. I'm not serving Satan.
$1,000 to put up that piece of paper that he's slinging around in front of the camera. Oh, Scott Woody's name. Okay, Woody's not my real name. Woody doesn't have an eBay account. Scott has an eBay account.
Thank God. Finally, I've got him on tape, word of mouth. I am not Woody LePage. I'm Scott Winslow. Because he's argued that fact before.
And it's tied to my credit card that says Scott, not Woody. Woody's a nickname. See, he spent that time thinking that Woody was my real name and Woody was a real person, right?
He spent all that time thinking that Woody was my real name. Yeah. Wonder why.
Right? Because he knows me so well. He knows me so well. So anyways, $1,000.
He says in other videos that I knew that wasn't him. Well, if I know him so well or knew him so well, how did I know that wasn't him? He don't make no sense, and he trips over himself.
Produce that document and prove once and for, let's see the document and submit it to the police department. He'll have 7 days to do that. If he doesn't, I will go right down here. I will go right down here. Oh, and I'm going to call out.
Can't even pay for his ticket, and he's going to go get $1,000. Here's the thing: why put a limit? It may take more than 7 days to get something from the eBay, and I can't just ask eBay for that. That has to be subpoenaed, and because he, like he says, been in the governor's office, and the chief of police has been in his living room and all. He sounds like he's all buddies with them and whatnot. No wonder they wouldn't put out a subpoena. I mean, what's it actually is for? Isn't that what law enforcement and stuff is for? Prosecutors and stuff. If they would have simply put out and found out whose IP address that was, we would have had a good start. But nobody gave a shit about me because my name is 420 Jim.
Corey, too. I'm going to call out Corey. I got his number. So.
And he's going to call out Corey. The only reason Corey or anyone else said anything about him is because he was lying about me and all. So anything that Corey, Jessica, or anybody else said is brought on because of him. Just like this lady. She was so upset at me because after they bullshitted her, all these tapes and stuff, and got her to come to Topeka and all, when she showed up, it surprised me. I come out of the Walgreens and there's a lady, hey, here you go, and she's handing me these supposedly arrest papers and stuff that happened. And I got my camera on. Oh, hey, what's your name? What's your name? I tried calling her cunt and everything I could to get her mad enough to say her name or get the police there. And that's when you see her. This is all on video, and you see her over there standing. Then you see her. I'll get her license plate number, and I know I better not be behind this car when she gets in it. So she's getting in the car, I get in front, standing on the sidewalk. She backs out of the space, then comes forward towards me, slams on the brake, and bumps my legs. That's attempted whatever. But the police wouldn't even put my legal name on the police report. Okay? I gave them my driver's license. I gave them my ID. Not only did they not put my name on the police report, they put a false driver's license on that police report. So I have proof, actual proof, that the police played a part in covering all this up. And that is why I intend to go sue the city of Kansas this year. Yeah, a lot more evidence now.
So, Corey sent me some messages that you haven't read. I'm not sure if you're ready to read this.
Corey sent him messages, okay? Because he's going to piss and moan that I'm sharing these messages and stuff with y'all. Cool. What's good for the goose is good for the gander, okay? Why tell her about these messages of Corey and stuff unless you're not trying to upset her and get her to say, well, what did he say and all? See, this guy, in one of his tapes, he'd tell you that he's conniving, he's this, he's that, and whatever, and he damn sure is.
Stuff that he has sent me, it's pretty vile, you already know that. But basically, Jim has...
And Rhonda admits, none of this, absolutely none of this would have happened had he not been outside my motorhome in Greenburgh, Indiana, yelling and hollering and screaming at me. She would have never been involved. Corey, Jessica, nobody would have been involved. So he wants to start all this drama, do all this drama in the background like he's not in it. He'll say at times his girlfriend didn't want him to do it, and then other times he implicates his girlfriend. And not only his girlfriend, Shirley, but Shirley's teenage daughter. Oh yeah, he implicates both of them a couple times.
7 days to put up this document, and I'll pay the money. Basically, I'm going to pay him to put me in jail. How about that? If he doesn't, I go right down here to the truck stop, I take a picture of Corey's daughter, and I tack it right up inside of a stall.
Okay, because I won't answer this eBay thing that's not there. If I don't do it and whatnot, or I don't produce it, he's going to take pictures of a person that has absolutely nothing to do with this, except he was protecting me, saying, you know, that's a lie, you're a liar, and whatnot, this and the other. Going to take an innocent teenage daughter's picture and put it in the bathroom stalls at the truck stop. Wow. But yet they bitched when I put a picture of him and Shirley in the window of the Canna bus The Calvin's pissing on them. I told them I was going to do that before I did. They didn't care, so I did. Same with Steve Sprague, his old lady. Yeah, we don't care, and they didn't. And I put their windows in it, photos in it. But I've done that since I've been on the road. You piss on my rights and whatnot, I put a Calvin pissing on the police department, the mayors, whatever. What makes them, the liars, think they're any better or different? Now, I did tell Steve, if you don't quit, I'm going to put your crippled son in it, and I'll put your grandma in it. What would she think of you telling these lies and stuff? Well, he's got the whole world, and he's done a video, and he tells Scott Winslow Albert, has him convinced. They both say that I put his grandma and his handicapped son in the windows of the cannabis. Never happened. You'll never see a photo of that. You'll never, ever, ever. Anytime I put a Calvin or a thing up there, I've always took a picture. I've always posted. I'm proud of it, and I let it go. Now, at one time, I tried to let them go. I took their pictures out of the motorhome. Steve promised to take his stuff down, and he didn't. Well, he did, but he put it back up the next day. His wife got a hold of me and says, well, what about the Calvin pissing on the police departments and stuff? I said, you know what? I'll do that for you. And I took that down. The very next day, all the videos was back up and everything.
Right, they did.
I didn't put their pictures back up, but I damn sure put the Calvin's pissed on the police department and stuff back up.
Did it to me. Cool. Like I said, I got messages that you haven't read. And I'm not even sure if I'm going to let you read them. They're pretty bad. So, if it's okay to go there, it's okay.
It's pretty hard to send someone messages and stuff when you don't have them. He's always saying he's got videos, messages, and stuff. He's just like Steve Sprague. They've got all this. They put all this stuff on the internet and whatnot. How come they don't put none of that? Look at me. I put their voices. I put everything. I'm not scared.
Okay to go there. We can do that.
And she told him, you can go there. You can go there. I don't care what you post. She was mad at me at that time and whatnot. She didn't care what they posted about me. She was helping them supposedly get evidence and stuff.
The plan is hopefully to pit them against each other, because he'll go for the money.
Now he's involved the third person because him and Steve, like you said, they're buddies, were conspiring to pit Corey against me. Telling her about it, whatnot, bringing her in, which it did, and he called her names and stuff. But back at that time, she deserved it. Back at that time, I have no regret calling her the names and stuff I did, because she was helping a liar and stuff. She knew nothing about me. She was lying herself, whatever. I didn't know that she had highlighted on the papers about the domestic violence and stuff to point out to him that I wasn't charged for that I paid money into them programs to help the programs, that he twisted it all around that I was arrested for it. And that comes straight from her mouth, too.
If he doesn't, he screwed his number one supporter, his number one pit bull, the guy that he claimed is his brother and all that.
Yeah, I claim Corey's my brother. We went to the Grill and Chill, and he's one of the ones that came, and we took a rowboat out. We spent the weekend, me, him, and a few other friends. But what he forgets to tell you here is that's the event that Bongfather, the Confather, was supposed to come to. That's what started Steve Sprague getting a hold of Scott Winslow Albert and them teaming up against me there. Because Steve Sprague wanted to come to that event, but he couldn't afford it. I mean, all the videos and posts and everything's out there. They can't take that down. That's mine. But nobody wants to go back and research. Rhonda did and found out that everything I said was true. He wanted to come. He couldn't. Jessica, friend of mine, she's on my Facebook. She'll back this up. Her dad had just passed. And she come across some money. And she sent me, I think, $200 to help me get to the event, gas-wise and everything. But she sent him $400. At first, it was a couple hundred to get on the bus. And then probably with my help, went, I don't think I can sit on the bus, this, that, and the other. She said, well, I'll get you a plane ticket if you like. Yeah, that'll work. All right, on $400, whatever. Okay. What she probably should have done was buy the plane ticket, I guess. But instead, she trusted him and sent him the $400. Next thing we know, a couple weeks later, whatever, yeah, I can't make it, wah-de-da-de-da. And then we see a post out, he was up spending time in a cabin with him and his wife. Now, if you just gave someone $400 to come to an event and whatnot, and he couldn't come to that event or anything, okay, you're supposed to send the money back. Well, he said it's a gift, but I've also got it in here where he agreed to pay her $100 a month back on it. Okay? He even states it. So if he knew it was free, why do I have a tape of him saying he offered to pay it back $100 a month? It never happened. And you won't offer to pay something back if it's a gift. He never did what he was supposed to do with the $400. Jessica wanted her $400 back. Hell, someone else could have come. She could have sent someone else, you know. But he had us so fooled of what a great guy he was. That's why I went all the way to Stardust, Maine to meet him. Big ass con artist is Steve Sprague.
So that's kind of the plan. It basically just need to, you know, bring it to a halt. And, you know,
speaking of bringing it to the halt, there is a few times on my Facebook and whatnot, you'll see, I've tried exactly to do that. Exactly to do that. There was a time when the second Woody, Bryson, the trucker, pretended to be Woody. He conned me. He's done that a couple times. But not the very last time, but the time before that, he conned me. Hey, man, I want to give you some money and make up for this. I apologize. I this, I that. This is after he had confessed. And his mom found out about it and all. And he thought it was a joke. He never sent the money and this, that, and the other. And then he continued on. So that's why when he contacted me this last time, I didn't take him for his word or believe him or nothing, because he gave me his word as a man the first time. And he blew it off. But you know what? This last time, when I really needed it the most, he not only come forward and apologized to me, he made an audio apologizing to all my friends on Facebook. And he sent me $600 to get here to Phoenix to get my eye surgery done on. Okay? So, please, y'all, when y'all watch these series, and I'll keep that in mind, why would he come forward, apologize and everything, and send me $600? Why would Rhonda be sending me all these messages, screenshots, and tapes? Okay? Rhonda, she got sucked in and was fooled. Okay? And she thought that I was a woman hater and an animal abuser and stuff, which she found that ain't true. Bryson, he was just a lonely trucker on the road, caught wind of what was going on with me and Scott Winslow Albert, that rah, 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 and the phone call to the chief of police and stuff, and he thought, oh, watch this. How was I to know? You know? And I'm not saying Scott Winslow Albert knew at first that it was him, but Scott Winslow Albert knew that, oh, wow, shit, there's someone else doing this. Just let me sit back and see how that goes. And that's exactly how all that went.
Push comes to shove, I'm throwing people off the cliff. So
if he was such a honest guy and a security and a stand-up and friends of the mayor and all, well, damn, what kind of friend you got there, Mayor? He found out a long time ago. Bryson came out and admitted to everyone that he was pretending to be Woody, that he was the one pretending to be Oscar Daniels. But he also admits that he didn't do all the calls and that he did not start it. Okay, he don't remember when he started, but there's no way he could have started. It started after the altercation out of the motorhome, him yelling at me, because that's when the chief of police was, and the guy, well, I got a call saying, I'm Oscar Daniels. I thought for sure that was Scott. Come to find out, it was Bryson. He had me fooled. Now, he admits to everything he done, but he tells me he didn't do the eBay. So I know doggone well Bryson didn't do the eBay, and the only one that can gain from it would be Steve, or Scott, I mean. It's either Scott Winslow Albert, his girlfriend's daughter. One of them done it. And hopefully one day we get the warrant or whatever it is needed to prove where it came from. Me, I could care less about that. The good Lord done that. And I got my motorhome back. That's all he cares about is that motorhome thing. He don't care about trying to destroy someone's life or all these lies or anything else.
That's kind of what that is. That's the tentative plan. We're probably going to do it this weekend or here within the next few days, and then put that out there. And of course, that'll get a response. So
See, pushing my buttons to get a response. And please go look them up on YouTube. The Bong Father 1977. I think it's spelled Fatha. 1977. Or go on my Facebook. You see me. I've tagged him and whatnot. 300 plus videos. The whole thing is nothing about me. And there's none of his own stuff. None of these Woody videos. None of this other stuff. It's just chopped up videos that I do. And he'll chop them up and won't play the whole thing to make me look bad. Well, anybody can do that on a video.
I'm done. No, he's not. He's not done. He's not done. He's slinking away.
You heard him say there that he heard me say, I'm done, which I was. When I went to leave Kansas, I told that board that wouldn't let me speak, that you're the reason my mission is ending. You ruined a 10-year mission, blah, 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 as I stormed out of that. That's all on video, okay? All they had to do, he even admits he heard the words, I'm done. All they had to do is leave me the F alone.
He's slinking away, just like that meeting. He did that intentionally. He sabotaged his own thing.
Why would someone sit 3 hours listening to a bunch of bullshit and whatnot to get up and sabotage? Why did that meeting, within 3 minutes, he says within 60 seconds of me leaving that door, they closed the meeting? In his own voice. It wasn't 3 minutes. Yeah, they didn't want me to speak at that meeting. Just like the cops changed my stuff on the police report. They didn't want me to go into court or in front of a judge. All that stuff is illegal as hell.
And so he could have an easy out and slink away and say, oh, it wasn't my fault. That's...
You set 4 hours to just slink away and say, oh, yeah, it's not my fault. Man, there was nothing more in the world than I wanted at that time than to speak to that council. They did me dirty. They did me real dirty, making everybody sit there. And as soon as they seen that opportunity, they closed the meeting. He was still talking. Watch the video when I get in there. And he's still talking. They see me come in. And then that's when, we're going to close and on and on. I'm like, y'all know I signed up. I want to speak. If they cared anything at all about justice or anything. Come on now. Why couldn't he say, oh, okay, we thought you left or anything? Nope, meeting's closed. Boom. And then that's when I told him that they ruined a 10-year mission, and I've been off the road since, getting my eye surgery, and because I was scared of this lady that gave me these tapes. Because she damn near killed me in Topeka, Kansas. Damn sure could have. So yes, I got off the road. Nothing would have been said, but they just, yesterday. The Confather made one yesterday, but it was 2 days that they went without making none. So, and they watch my everything, and they use my videos. So to this day, or as of yesterday, they're still doing this bullshit.
Whatever. So that's kind of what I've been talking about. I know I've been a little elusive about that. I really haven't had the time. I've still got drywall to do and everything, and it's just, how it is. There's just so much to do. So, so I'll probably be getting with you hopefully here in the next day or two, and maybe doing some research. I'd like to find out where the eBay auction thing went down. So, anyways, that's it. I got about
Can't find something that never happened. Not even the great Rhonda.
55 minutes of work left here. So that's it. That's the tentative plan. It'll probably change and be a little more detailed to it. But that's it. Push comes to shove. I'm gonna force his hand. That's I don't want to do what I said, but I got to force somebody's hand. They did it to me, and it was okay. I'm okay to do it to them and force the hand. So, anyways, that's it. I'll get back with you later.
If anybody forced him, it would have been Bryson, the trucker that pretended to be him. And had he done the right thing in the end, as soon as Bryson's admitted, he should have went to his buddy, the chief of police, his buddy, the governor, and all them, and said, yo, wait. I've been mad at 4 when it wasn't him, it was Bryson, the trucker. But instead, in his stupid mind, he's just an innocent victim and nothing's happened. Hey, please join me. I'll be right back in a few more minutes with another live with the next tape, tape number 6. And, to find out what kind of character this guy is in tape 6, he happens to tell you that he don't believe in prayer and he don't believe in Jesus. And that's one thing I will never say, that I don't believe in Jesus. Peace, love, and cannabis for all. One team, one dream, united we stand. And if we try, we can all get along. My dogs, Lulu and Jack, love you. I love you, and Jesus loves you. Never forget that. Peace out. See you on the next one.